All right, y'all. So for this assignment today, what we're going to be doing is putting a table, which you see right here. This table has data on it, and the data, it has numbers, but it's hard to kind of tell the story that these numbers are telling on just a table like this. So what scientists like to do, or even like businesses, different companies, they like to use graphs because graphs tell a story that is a little easier to see than just looking at numbers this way. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to create a graph using Google Sheets, and once we create that graph, we're going to copy it and paste it under this table right here. Remember, y'all, if you ever mess up, like say you accidentally delete this right here, remember you can always go here to the undo, click that, and it'll bring it right back. Right. So what we're going to do right here is just kind of put the cursor under here because we want to put the graph under here. Right. So to open up Google Sheets, you just go to the plus sign, click on the plus sign right here. You see the 9 dots. Go ahead and choose Google Sheets. Right. So there's actually a version of Microsoft called Excel spreadsheets. This is Google's version, and it's just, it seems like a lot more people are using it these days in Excel. And so what you do is you go ahead and click on that. So we clicked on the icon for Google Sheets, click the plus sign to open up a blank one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here on this B column. Right. You can start pretty much anywhere, but I'm just going to go ahead and do here on the B. And what we're going to do is we are going to pretty much put the numbers that are here on this table onto the sheet. Right. So right here, I see temperature degrees Celsius. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. And let me go ahead and type in temperature. The thing that's kind of a pain in the neck right here is that there is no degree symbol in sheets. So what we're going to do is come here to Google Docs. You see the cursors right here. Go ahead and go to insert, go to special characters, click on that. And then here you just click on the search bar and start typing in the word degree. And all of a sudden you'll see the degree symbol right here. It's going to show up. You click on it and then you can close this down. And it's going to show up here where your cursor was. Just highlight it, right click, and then cut it out right here. Right. And since you cut it out here, it's going to show up here. So you open the parentheses and then right click and then you paste it right here. Right. And then just close the parentheses. You see the writing kind of starts overlapping right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and you see where these double lines show up. You got to kind of hover your arrow and then the double lines will show up. And when they do, you can double click. Actually, that's not working. So what you can do is just grab that and just drag it over a little bit and it'll give you more space. Right. So then the next part of the table is plant height in centimeters. Right. So what we're going to do right here is come to C. Whoops, let me go down one. And here we're going to type in plant height. And what we're going to do is go ahead and open the parentheses and then do this centimeters and then close the parentheses. And so again, you see it's kind of going over the line. So just kind of scroll over that right there and you see the double lines pop up. And you just kind of drag it over a little bit and that gives you more space. All right. So we have the titles of our table, right? Temperature on one side, plant height on the other. And so now what we're going to do is just go through the independent variable. Remember, this first column is an independent variable. So the independent variable will always go on the horizontal part of the graph, which we'll see in a little bit. Right. But right now, what we're going to do again is copy these numbers down into our Google Sheet. Right. So let me try to just see as many as I can get: 8, 12, 16, 20. 8, whoops, 12, 16, 20. Let's see what other numbers: 22, 24, 28, 22, 24, 28. And I think it was 32 was the last one. Yes. All right. So we did this first column, the independent variable. Now let's do the second column, the dependent variable. So 5, 15, 30, 50. 5, 15, 30, 50. Let's see what's left. 40, 30, 18, 5. 40, 30, 18, 5. All right. So we've got the numbers from both sides. Remember, independent variables on this side, dependent variables on this side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight both of these columns. So you click on that and you just drag your cursor across all of the different numbers that we have here in the two columns, right? Independent variable and dependent variable. So have those highlighted. Make sure you get all the numbers included. Next thing you do is you go over here to insert. When you go to insert, you click chart. Right. So right there, it gives you a chart. But this is not the title of the chart right here. Remember, the title of the chart is the effect of temperature on plant growth. Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to customize. And if you wanted to, you could change the chart style. You can make it smooth. This is kind of, oh, you can see right there, pointy. You can make it smooth if you prefer, but let's just keep it kind of pointy. It makes it a little bit more accurate that way. All right. And so that, don't mess with this part too much. I just kind of wanted to show you you can change some things. Here's where you want to go: chart and axis titles. So the chart title, you can see right here, it says plant height. And what is written right here is what's written right here. But I don't want this title. I want the actual title we had, which is the effect of temperature on plant growth. Right. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to erase all this and write the effect of temperature. Oops. Temperature on plant growth. Right. And so you see, as you're typing it in, it should come up right here. The effect of temperature on plant growth. My independent variable, remember, independent variable is always this first column, right? 8, 12, 16, 20. And here you see that is a temperature down here. They broke it down into other numbers, right? Because that is the neatest way to do it. But temperature is an independent variable. Plant height is a dependent variable, right? So pretty much everything else here looks good. I'm going to keep it like that. If you want to, you can change like the colors of the lines and things like that. But since this is our first try, let's not get too complicated. Right. So the next thing you want to do is then you click on these three dots over here and then copy the chart. Right. So it is copied. And now what you're going to do is make sure your cursor is flashing here underneath this. Right. If you have this like this highlighted and you type something, it's going to erase that. Don't do that. Right. Bring your cursor down right here, skip a little line right there, and then you right click and then you paste it. It's going to ask you if you want to link it to the spreadsheet. You don't want to do that. So just go ahead and click paste unlinked. Right. And then your chart, there it is. It's written up right here. If you want to make it smaller, just click on it. It'll bring up this blue border and then you just kind of shrink it down. And that works right there. You can see whatever is written on there. I can see whatever is on there. And so this is how you create a chart.